to the $100 MBA Show, the business podcast that gets you into business shape like the Karate Kid, except you don't sand floors. You listen to our daily 10-minute business lessons for the real world. I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zenhom, maybe your sensei in this episode. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA, a complete business training and community online. And in today's episode, you will learn the 5 bootstrapping tools and tricks to look pro for less. These are 5 tools and strategies to use with these tools to look really pro with very little money. If you're tight on cash, if you're trying to squeeze every dollar into your business, then these are great tools that I use personally when we first got started. Some of these I still use because they're so effective. But most of all, they don't cost much or they don't cost anything at all. But they're professional and they make you look like a pro. I can't wait to get into the 5, so let's get down to business. Today's episode of the $100 MBA Show is brought to you by FreshBooks, the easy-to-use invoicing solution designed for small business owners. FreshBooks makes it ridiculously easy to create and send invoices, track your time, and manage your expenses. Try FreshBooks for free for 30 days. Just go to freshbooks.com/MBA. That's freshbooks.com/MBA. All right, so I got a list of tools I want to go through with you. And the first one is probably the most important tool for your business, especially if you're online. And that's your website. You got to have a pro-looking website, a website that makes you look credible. And that doesn't mean you have to copy anybody else's design or look like somebody else. But the point here is that you got to look professional. It's got to look clean. It's got to work properly. It's got to load properly. It's got to look great on a mobile device, so it's got to be responsive. But how do you do this on a budget? If you're not tech savvy at all or have very little design aesthetic, don't worry. You still can have a pro site. We recommend you use Squarespace. Squarespace is the easiest tool to create a great looking website right now. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. We don't have sites that are hosted on Squarespace, but I do have very close friends and colleagues that do. And I'm actually thinking about using Squarespace for my personal site that I'll be launching later on this year. But the reason why I don't have a Squarespace site is because I do love design and I am tech savvy. I know how to design and code and I know how to create a WordPress website. But if all that is going over your head, then you need to check out Squarespace. They have a few plans, but the plan that I recommend is the business plan, which is the middle plan. And it's about $26 a month, but you could save 10% if you use code MBA. Squarespace was the previous sponsor on the $100 MBA Show when we first got started, and that coupon is still valid if you want to use it. Now, if you want to save a little bit more money, but are willing to learn how to use WordPress and how to, customize a website that's built on WordPress, then you can go with a self-hosting solution, something like HostGator. Now, we host all our sites on HostGator. Now, with HostGator, it's a web hosting solution. You're using a shared host, which allows you to get started. And they have a few plans. They have a hatching plan, a baby plan, a business plan. The baby plan is actually very sufficient. And you can get your baby plan with 30% off with our coupon code, and you can get started at $5.56 a month. That's pretty cheap. That's less than a cup of coffee for your web hosting. And HostGator allows you to install WordPress for free, and they have some tutorials in there even. And with WordPress, there's plenty of themes or templates, basically, that you can use. And these templates are customizable. You can change colors and you can change, obviously the media and the content. So if you're on a budget and you have some time to learn, this is an option to have a pro-looking website that you can manage yourself because WordPress is very easy to manage. There's a bit of a learning curve when it comes to editing your site, but nothing too intimidating. So the first tool or trick is either using Squarespace if you have no tech or design knowledge. If you have some time to learn some, tech and design and want to use WordPress, then go with a self-hosting solution like HostGator. The second little tactic we have here is something that I learned actually from Cindy. Cindy's our content and community manager, and it has to do with creating PDFs and images. Now, a lot of people think that you need to know Photoshop so you can create a great guide or create a great image, a feature image for social media or for a blog post. But in fact, you can use PowerPoint or Keynote. You can create a PowerPoint slide or a Keynote slide, Keynote's for Apple, and design it as if it's going to be an image. And then when you're done, you can export it as an image. You can do the same thing for a guide. You can create a whole guide and you can customize it and export it as a PDF. This is a huge hack because a lot of people don't know how to use Photoshop. It's complicated. It's not easy to learn. There's a huge learning curve with Photoshop. But pretty much everybody knows how to use PowerPoint or Keynote. And even if you don't, it's pretty intuitive. It's pretty much just drag and drop. You can drop images, you can add text, you can change colors, you can change backgrounds, and you can create a great looking image or guide in minutes. So if you're doing this by yourself, you don't really need a high paid designer. You can create it with PowerPoint or Keynote. All right, so that's number 2, creating images or guides with PowerPoint and Keynote. Number 3 is Zoho. If you haven't heard of Zoho, Zoho Mail is one of the few last mails that you can create for your business for free. And what I mean by that, if you want to look pro, you have to have an email address that has your domain name in it. So johnslemonadestand@gmail.com is just not going to cut it. It doesn't look pro because you're using a Gmail email. You need to have an email that has your domain name in it. So if your domain name is lemonadestand.com, then an email that says john@lemonadestand.com is really pro. Now, you can use Gmail for this, and you could pay $50 a year for this. It's $50 per email address. And I think it's well worth it. We use Gmail for our business emails. But if you want to save the $50, you can go with Zoho Mail. Zoho allows you to use your domain name. You just have to verify that you own the domain name, and they actually help you out with that. And you can use their free email service with your domain name. When Gmail started their business emails, it was all free, and so was Microsoft. But now they're all charged, and Zoho's the last one that's still free. So if you want to grab a free business email address, Zoho still has those. And you can just get started with Zoho. You can later on move to Gmail if you'd like at any time, if you want to upgrade to that $50 a year account with Gmail. And it's all about pointing the servers the right way, and that's pretty simple to do, and actually Gmail can help you out with that once you move over. All right, so we talked about your website, we talked about creating images with PowerPoint or Keynote, we talked about using Zoho Mail for a business email. The next one is Google Drive. Now, whether you use Gmail as your business email, you could still have Google Drive as a regular free email account, like your normal personal account. And Gmail comes with tools like Google Drive, which I love. Google Drive is a great way to save documents and share with other people in your team. It also is a great way to use some software you may not have, like spreadsheets. Spreadsheets is the equivalent of Excel or Numbers. Numbers is for Apple. Now, I know Microsoft Office is expensive. You have to buy Office. So if you don't want to buy Office, you can just use spreadsheets with Google Drive. You can also use their Word doc. It's not called Word doc, it's actually called Document, but it's basically creating a Word doc. You can also use Slides, which is their version of PowerPoint. So they have some really great pieces of software in the cloud that you can use if you don't want to buy software. It's also a great way to share those documents that you've created with those software, especially spreadsheets. If you're doing accounting, if you're doing scheduling, like if you're creating a publishing schedule. So we use spreadsheets on Google Drive to create our publishing schedule for the show. And we share it with the team so everybody knows what they have to do. So I think Google Drive is a great tool to use to manage your team, to share documents, to make sure everybody's on the same page. It also beats sending things via email, like sending big documents as an attachment. You could just have dedicated folders where teammates can drop those things in the folder and then you can download them when you need them. Makes perfect sense. So a definite great bootstrapping tool or trick is using Google Drive. Number 5, the 5th tool or trick I recommend is MailChimp. MailChimp is a great way to get started with email marketing. If you're just getting started and you're trying to grow your mailing list, MailChimp is a great tool because you don't get charged anything for your first 2,000 subscribers. It's completely free. And if you have 2,000 subscribers, that means you're probably going to be able to start getting profitable and pay to upgrade your MailChimp account. Now, I got to say that with the free account, you can't have an autoresponder sequence. You have to pay extra for that. I think it's about $5 or $10, depending on how many autoresponders or how many emails that go out. But a simple trick with MailChimp is that when people sign up for your email with MailChimp, you can have that first email that responds to that new subscriber automatically, and that's included. That's free. So that first email, that first autoresponder works. So for example, if I sign up for a free course on your website, I can automatically have MailChimp send them the link and thank them and welcome them, and that's included in the free plan. And of course, you can send tons of campaigns, like your weekly newsletter or an offer you want to make to your subscribers, all for free. So it's a great resource. Now, once your business starts building, you may want to start graduating to a different platform, but if you're just getting started, MailChimp is a great value. Guys, I know I said I had 5 bootstrapping tools and tricks, but I have a bonus one for you. And I want to share it with you right after I give love to today's sponsor, Vistaprint. Creating an eye-catching business card is one of the best things you could do to market your business. Because when you meet anybody in real life, the fastest way to give them your contact information is with a business card. And that's why I'm excited about Vistaprint giving us an amazing offer here. They're giving every $100 MBA listener 500 business cards for just $9.99. All you got to do is enter promo code MBA at checkout at Vistaprint.com. With Vistaprint, they make it super easy for you to customize your business card with text, with colors, with backsides, with your own logo. You can even have your own custom design that you've created outside of Vistaprint and upload it in Vistaprint. You can check out our own business card, the one that we designed and printed with Vistaprint, over in our show notes for today, or you can check out our resource page and see it there. That's at 100mba.net/resources. And best of all, Vistaprint has amazing customer service. They make sure you love the product or they'll make it right. We love Vistaprint and we want you to try them out. So check them out at Vistaprint.com and use coupon code MBA to get 500 business cards starting at just $9.99. That's 50% savings over the regular site price. That's a fantastic deal. That's 500 business cards for $9.99. Go to Vistaprint.com and use coupon code MBA. All right, guys, I know I said 5, but I got a bonus tool and trick for you. If you're bootstrapping your business and you want a way to communicate with team members or even communicate with your community members, we highly recommend you try Slack. Slack is a free software that you can install on your mobile device or on your desktop or laptop. And it's an easy way to chat with people that are in your group. And you can create the group yourself. So we use Slack to communicate with all our team members at the $100 MBA and Webinar Ninja. It's a great way to check in with virtual members, people that work virtually. It's also a great way to ask questions quickly and get answers quickly. But I know a lot of people use Slack for their communities. They create a Slack channel, what it's called, for a community. Maybe that community is people that have signed up for their course or are part of a program of theirs. And it's a great way for them to chat and talk and ask questions. And you can keep it private. That's what's so great about it. And what I also love about it is that it's mobile friendly. They got a great app and you can get notifications right on your phone. And best of all, it's free. So if you're bootstrapping your business, you don't have to pay a dime with Slack. Go ahead and check them out at slack.com. Guys, that wraps up today's lesson. If you're looking for links, if you're looking for where you can find the tools and the tricks I talked about today, then check out today's show notes. That's over at 100mba.net/MBA360. Guys, don't forget on the weekends, it's Q&A weekends where we answer your questions right here on the show. If you have a question you want to ask, just email us at contact@100mba.net. Or you can send me a tweet on Twitter. BizRepublic is my handle, BIZRepublic. All right, guys, I want to leave you with this. When I first got started, I had to bootstrap. And in some ways, we're still kind of bootstrapping a few things. But when you bootstrap, you get innovative, you get resourceful, you get creative. So don't feel bad about it. If you get the job done and you look like a pro, that's all that matters. Just focus on serving your audience and delivering the best product or service you can. And grow at a pace that's comfortable for you. We're in an age that we're so lucky that we have all these great resources online to help us build our business. Utilize them and be proud that you're doing something, you're creating things, and you're building your business. All right, guys, I hope that helps, and I hope to see you in tomorrow's episode. I'll see you then. Take care.